Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a DIY Dollar Tree Halloween lighted globe. First you're going to need the 4-inch big ornament from the Dollar Tree, a black Sharpie, one electric tea light, and this 4-pack of candle holders. We're going to use one of the candle holders, but we're going to use the plastic box that it came in. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to Google Images and I'm searching for a skull. I'm looking for one that's sort of line drawn. I want one that sort of looks more medical, actual, facing towards me, and more realistic looking drawn, which sounds weird, but less cartoony. But if you want a cartoony one, you can use a cartoony one. If you want a really creepy one with a helmet, go for it. But I like this one. I think it's pretty good, so I'm going to save the image. And I do have my computer working now, yay, but I didn't when I did this craft the day before yesterday. So I had to do it all on my iPad. So I'm just showing you real quick on your iPad how to do it. I'm saving it as a image, and then I'm opening my Word program. This is a free app from Microsoft. This is not a sponsored video. I have just always used Office products in my job, so I'm very proficient in them. This is a free app, and you can go access Word. I believe it's called on OneDrive. It's free. You just need a Hotmail email address, which is free to sign up for. And then you can use bunch of different Word type programs, Office type programs, and then you can do Excel and stuff. You can get some free options. So what I'm doing here, just because it's so easy for me, is I'm just creating a new document, and in the document I'm able to manipulate the image. I'm just bringing up my ruler. I want the image to be about 3 inches wide. We're going to fit it inside a 4-inch globe, and we wanted to have some clear on both sides. But if you want a full, like if you want the skull to fill up the globe, then you go ahead and make you 4-inch shape. Just make sure it's not longer than 4 inches or wider than 4 inches. Okay? And then we're going to print it. I saved it first because that's just how I am, because God forbid it didn't come out right. But I know that you do have to have access to a printer for this, for what I'm showing you, and I told you guys I would kind of show you how I do this. I know it's double time, so I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, but if you find any image of a skull, the mirror that I have at the Dollar Tree, that image of the skull is a little bit big, but if you wanted the full skull image, you could go ahead and use that one and just trace over it. So all we're going to do is we're going to print this out, and then we're going to use the container that had the 4 candle holders in it. So here it is, and then here's the box that had the candle holders in it. Now we are going to use one of the candle holders, but obviously if you have any candle holder that will hold this, tea lights will work. And any plastic container, any of these, there is I think it's recycling number 5, whatever. There's a special name for this kind of plastic, I just don't know it. So what we're doing is we're going to cut out a circle. I have just a lid from a jar candle that I'm going to measure. But it's really important to cut out a circle and to leave a tab at the bottom. So hold on, I'll zoom in. There you go. So you see that little tab? That tab is going to not only make you be able to remove it from the inside of the globe if you need to, but it also gives stability to the circle so it won't just flop over on you. Okay, now I'm just taking I was trying to take that thin marker, but it was beating up all the plastic. So now I'm just taking a Sharpie, and I'm tracing all the black lines. It doesn't have to be exact. You do your best you can. It is hard when you're tracing on, you'll see me move it over the blank piece of paper in a little bit so that I make sure I got all of the edges. And I'm just getting as much of little as I want. I realized, hindsight being what it was, I should have used that weak marker that I was saving for a while to do the shading. But I wanted to be able to show you guys that it looks really good even if you can't get exactly the drawing that's in there, And I really don't think that anything could be easier than this once you have the image that you want to copy. And if you can get a hold of some of this plastic. But I know that this plastic is on the different packaged photos that they have at the Dollar Tree, like all the time, the vanilla ones and the linen ones and the cinnamon apple ones. It's the same kind of plastic this is packaged in. So see, I just moved it over to see if there's anything that I missed and fill in the eyes a little bit better. He does look a little creepy. Creepy. So now I'm just going in and filling in any of the little shading or to make them look a little creepier. Now again, if you, whatever image you pick, you go ahead and trace it. And that's it. Now I'm just taking a circle. I have a 3-inch circle, which happened to be the lid of a candle jar that I had. And I'm going to trace around, and it's good to have a clear one so that you can center your image. I'm tracing around all sides except for where the tab is, making sure I leave that where that tab is. And it's better to have it too big in the beginning than too small. Because again, even though the little thing will help stabilize it, if it's way too small in there, it still won't want to flop over. So you want to make sure you get it at least a 4-inch circle. I said a 3-inch circle, but that's not right. It's a 4-inch circle. I apologize. So you see I actually left some of the black. So just trim as you need. Make sure you get off all your marker. Okay, there's my assistant giving me candlesticks. I could not believe that I do not have one of the crystal candlesticks from the Dollar Tree. I must have used them all at crafting, and I just didn't have one. It's okay though, because this doesn't actually fit inside candlesticks. That's why we're getting that little votive cup. Okay, so what I'm doing is you roll the plastic image, you insert inside, leave the tab hanging out, and if you can see there, it's not really laying properly because it's a little too big. So I'm just going to pull it out. That's why we like this plastic, because it's nice and firm. It'll let us pull it out. And you want to be able to trim it down a little bit at a time so you can pull it out, trim it up. It's better to trim a tiny bit and do it a few times than to cut it too small and have the circle flop around in you. So once you have that, we're going to take the bottom off of this tea light like we were going to change the battery. And we're just going to use the LED portion. I'm using my little pliers there. So we're just going to use this portion. We're not going to actually use the flickery flame part. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually, this actually fits sort of like kind of perfect up the globe. And I'm going to make sure that I stick the light behind the little tab, just so it illuminates a little bit better behind the tab. Now, if you stick around for the outtakes, you'll see that the inspiration for this used a glass globe. Oops. The inspiration for this used a glass globe, and it was able to capture the soot and black char of flame burning parts, but this did not. All I ended up doing was melting it. But I'm going to show you here that it's perfectly fine. I'm just sitting in one of the teacups. And the one I ended up doing was I took a piece of washi, and I just happened to have the silver washi that was laying around from when I made the chandelier the other day. But you could just take any kind of piece of tape or ribbon, and I'm just covering up that bottom where the tea light is. And I'm gluing it to the globe, not to the tea light, because I want to be able to change the battery if I need to. Okay? I know, instead of like, it's like watching paint dry. It's like watching glue set. That's what it feels like. So just gluing around the back. This piece didn't actually kind of fit at all. It didn't match up in the back, but it was okay because it's going to be in the back and it's going to sit in that cup and you're really not going to notice it. This is just to cover up the edge to make it look a little bit more like it could be like a light bulb or something. To have like silver threads on the bottom. Just a little bit more finished. Okay. And I did have a couple of ideas about possibly just very lightly misting the back and sides of the globe with black spray paint and then maybe silver spray paint. That would look really cool. It'd also look really cool if you had like that mirror ball spray paint, that if you like sort of sprayed the back of the globe with that mirror ball spray paint, that'd look pretty cool too. Just anything you can do to enhance the effect of it looking like a floating head inside of a globe, because that's what it's supposed to look like. And this is just, it's too hot to touch. So you guys know how that is. All right, and there we have it. So I'm just going to sit it inside. Oh, this is that black, what is it, that plaster candlestick that I just got from the Dollar Tree, and then I just set it inside that teacup, that votive holder, and then that's it. I put it in my bathroom, and This is what it looks like on with the lights on. That's what it looked like with the lights off. So I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. If you like this video, share it with friends and family, anybody you know who'd be interested. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe and join the family. And when you do, a little bell will pop up. You ring that bell and YouTube will let you know when I upload a new video. And as always, you take care. God bless. See you next time. Bye.